Righteous and unrighteous leadership.
We got some folk that run straight to the pulpit. You done came out the bar, decided you didn't want to drink no more, and you done ran past the pew straight to the pulpit and wonder why folk looking at you crazy. And we so silly, we let them sit up there because they got the right outfit on. They got enough money. They put some money in the plate. They got on the right jewelry. They talking the right talk. They look like something we want to look like. And so now we got a bunch of pulpits that's full of Sauls in our pulpit. I'm about to prove it with what I'm saying. We got a bunch of people in the pulpit that look like Adam after he fell from God's glory and covered himself with fig leaves. Because fig leaves will always represent self-righteousness. When Adam and Eve were together, they was covered in God's glory. Some people say, how do you know they was covered in God's glory, preacher? Because when Moses went up on a mountain, he came down after a certain period of time. He had to wear a veil over his face because his face was covered in God's glory and they couldn't look on him. And God met with Adam and Eve twice a day. The first thing in the morning, the last thing in the evening, from the time he created them. So when they disobeyed God, God's glory left. They grabbed fig leaves. That's why I call fig leaves self-glory. We got a whole lot of preachers and teachers and deacons and folks standing around with fig leaves on, trying to disqualify Jesus' babies. Because you don't dress like me, look like me, you don't fit. Because you don't have what I have, you don't fit. Because you can't do what I do, you don't fit. The devil is a liar. We mess around and convince so many people I don't qualify to be in there because they're trying to stop God from filling his table. I'm going somewhere, family. I'm going somewhere with it. Drop down, if you would. Let's see here. Let's go to 12. Then said he also to that bade him. So he's getting off the servants and he's going to the people who's hosting the party now. He says, when thou makest a feast and dinner and supper, call not your friends, nor your brethren, neither thy kinsmen, neither thy rich neighbors, lest they also bid thee again and recompense be made to him. In other words, you don't invite nobody who can't invite you to take an offering for you. You invite all the people who you know gonna leave money, and you gonna leave money in their tray too. So salvation ain't got nothing to do with the invitation. It's like throwing a party. And I think that's awful crazy that we function like that in church. And some people say, well, preacher, you in church? Yeah. But God raised me different. You don't do that. You don't invite the people who are going to be a blessing to you because that's your reward. God don't owe you anything. You invited your buddies, your colleagues, your fellow sinners. You invited everybody who wasn't going to testify and tell you the truth. We talking about P. Diddy parties, and how long have pastors been having them? You don't tell my life, I won't tell your life. Just a pulpit full of unrighteousness and filter down through the congregation. That's why when I go to a church, a lot of times I don't even like to wear a suit. I go in there with some plain clothes and just sit down because the congregation will tell me what the pastor is about. Because they're going to emulate what they think is success, like small children. You wonder why it's got so many cliques, and then they'll get up and preach about cliques in the church when your clique's standing behind you. They come with all kind of terms, but is that of God?